Hi Gems, it's your girl Ambra here, and welcome back to my channel. As you've already identified in the title, we're here to talk about Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. I have to be honest, I've never really frequented Too Faced cosmetics that often. I just didn't find anything that was too appealing for my skin tone. I do have the semi-chocolate palette, but I rarely use it. I think I got it from like a QVC purchase. And I was okay. I wasn't necessarily thrilled by that palette. So it's not one that I really gravitate towards on an everyday occurrence. But something about having an all matte palette and the size of it and it potentially being really good for travel appealed to me. I saw some other reviews and I thought, hey, why not? Let's see how these will work on my skin tone. These are definitely everyday colors. And I do a look every day, so why not have something that's gonna be compact and travel friendly and be cute, you know what I'm saying? So if you're interested in how I achieve this, I'm gonna call her like a fall come hither. Then keep watching. Alright Gems, we're going to jump right into our first transition shade. This is Peach Cobbler. You all know how I love a rust orange transition shade. I apply this just in the crease and blow it out. My personal preference is just keep on applying the color to kind of build upon it rather than going in too heavy. This is very similar to my Morocco, as you all know I love to transition with, but I'm just using my Morphe 431 I believe and just blending this out and blowing out the color. Right on top of that, directly in my crease, I'm using Peach Sangria, which is interesting because although the palette says that it's all matte, my opinion, Peach Sangria has a little shimmer, but you know, although cardinal rule number 1 with hooded lids is never put shimmer in your crease, it actually blended out relatively smoothly and didn't create any like dysfunction. Next up in that outer V, I mixed Peach Tart and Chocolate Dip, which are two of the richer brown tone shades in this palette. I really like to create some definition in my outer V. I really don't have that much lid space, so I like to create more drama, and I kind of flick it out in a winged motion to really open up the eye look and create a little bit more drama since I am going out tonight. And then I go and dip into Peach Tea to really blend out the highlight under my brow bone. I felt like it was the concealer wasn't blended to my perfection, so I decided to use a little bit of that to blend the entire look together and soften those edges. Then I do what I do and I start cutting out this crease with my NARS matte concealer in the shade Amande and just a flat MAC 242. I always do this whenever I want to really create a more vibrant lid space because I have a hooded lid. I mean, we talked about this, and this just allows my eye to appear larger and for me to really get that color payoff that I like when I'm using pigments. Then for my pigment, I'm using a lime crime pigment that I got so long ago. I feel like it's called Leo. I could be wrong, but I'll make sure to list it in the description bar below. It's such a rich, very like 14 karat gold kind of gold, and I apply that in my inner corner and kind of blow it out just to the center of my mobile lid. And this is me just being a perfectionist, but I know in the outer half of my lid I want to do a little glitter. So I'm using my NYX glitter glue and I'm applying that in sections, and then I'm using, I believe this is Eye Candy and Coppertini. Again, if I have these names wrong, you guys, I will list this information below. But I'm applying in the outer portion of my lid just to create a little bit more dainty girly glitter. And why not? It's fall, you know, there's no rules. Glitter can be used all year long. It's date night, which means wing it, girl. I think I'm just using my black gel eyeliner and just creating quintessential wing, something small, something cute but appropriate for a hooded lid. I also apply along my lash line because I'm going to be putting on falsies, and then in my inner corner just to tight line because you don't want your lashes to not look as natural as possible along that lash line. I am prepping my lashes with the L'Oreal volume, I can't remember the mascara name, but it's the packaging looks really similar to Too Faced Better Than Sex, but my lower lash, I'm really mimicking what I did on the top, going in first with Peach Cobbler, then following up with a little of the Peach Tart and Chocolate Dip. But at first I'm like, ugh, this is not giving me nighttime flares, so I do use my Silk Semi L'Oreal Kohl liner in black and then I buff that out with that pencil brush that you saw me using with the shadows, and blending everything together. Then on my lower lash line, I'm using my MAC Giga Black Lower Lash mascara. This is probably like my third one. I just feel like it's the best mascara wand for my lower lash line. And then we jump to face. I'm using my Fenty Beauty, what is this, contour stick in the shade Espresso. It has been my jam. Like, y'all know how I love Anastasia Beverly Hills Earth foundation stick, but she did something with this one. It gives me the red undertones and the bronze that I'm feeling, so I apply it everywhere that I would like to snatch and lift and blend her out with my NYX angled foundation brush. So before the video, I've already kind of set my base on my skin, so my foundation, my concealer, and I'm just setting everything with my Maybelline loose finishing powder in the shade 35, which has been my jam lately. I have just been loving these velvety finishes, finishing powders. And to set that contour, I am using my Ebony Bronzer by CoverGirl. This is not a new product. I have some on reserve, backup stock in the company, and I just apply it everywhere that I applied that Fenty Espresso contour product. And then on my cheeks, I'm using my Black Radiant, I believe it's Raisin. I could be so wrong, but I'll list it below. You know how I do. Next up, for highlighter, I used Miname by Dose of Colors in the Katie X Desi collection. I've been loving this. I'm definitely taking this out of town with me. It just blends into the skin and melts into my melanin the way that I would like to shine. And as any girl does, you apply your highlighter, you get excited, you do a little shimmy shimmy, yes, and then you keep it moving. Lip liner, I'm using my MAC Chestnut lip liner just to line my lips. Always have on a reserve, standby nightstand, you know, in the car, in the ashtray. And then for lip product, I'm using the Maybelline lip lacquer. I don't remember the name, so I'll list that below as well. But you guys, I was really impressed with this product. I've had it, it's been sitting there, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use her tonight. And she's pigmented and cute. I set the entire face with my, what is this, Urban Decay All Nighter spray. And then I decided to go get myself together. All right, Gem, so there you have it. I have to be honest, I do not quite remember if Too Faced was ever this pigmented before. First of all, the palette smells ridiculous. Like, I know that all the palettes have a scent to them, right? We know that we have the chocolate, cocoa powder, and everything like that. But this right here does smell like peaches. I was a little distracted when I was blending because of any of the powder, I would be like, tastes good. So that's just one thing to note when you guys pick this up. The retail price for this was $45. I did pick it up from Sephora. You do get, what, 12 shades. And I honestly feel pretty confident that I would use every shade. I know this one could probably throw you off based on my skin type, but honestly, I would use it as a, I would use it as a brow highlight, or even my inner corner if I wanted something that wasn't so shiny, but still allowed my eyes to appear more open. You guys, like, I am really impressed with this. You all know, if you're following me on my Snapples, that I'm headed to Cabo next week for my birthday, Team Libra. And for me, this was my trial run to see if this was something that I would want to take with me. And honestly, all you need is this. I can create several looks with this. I just love the transition, deepen the crease, and then you get that, like, not black, but this really deep chocolate brown, and that's in chocolate dip. Sis, all you need is this and maybe 2 or 3 pigments if you want to jazz it up at night. But I am really excited about this palette. I did see Jackie Aina do a review on it, and I really loved how that looked. And I think I saw another YouTuber, Melissa. Hers is really beautiful, and like I said, I'm not one to really frequent Too Faced like that. I think I only have one other palette, but I am quite impressed with this one. I have to say that although it does indicate that everything's matte, I did find that Peach Sangria, this really beautiful like aubergine red color, has like a little satin finish. So when I blended it in my crease, I did notice that it had a sheen, but not too much where it's like crazy, because sheens are not the place for creases, honey. And this lip, I bought this some time ago and never used it. So I'm really excited that I had opportunity to use it with a look tonight. And I'm pretty thrilled with it. Super opaque. My only discrepancy right now is that she's definitely on my teeth. And then I am getting like this like weird like butt lip for a gloss, so that's interesting. But it says it's a lacquer, so it's going to be heavily pigmented and quite opaque in color. But yeah, you guys, I mean, tell me what you think of this look. I did have a little fun with some of my other products with doing this look, but primarily I wanted to just see how pigmented, how it blended, and I really I'm pretty thrilled with it. I feel like she's gonna be a keeper. She's not gonna go back to Sephora, and she can stay in rotation. I definitely think it's something that I'm gonna gravitate towards, and she's definitely travel friendly. So if you guys can get your hands on it, definitely do so. I'm here for it. Yes. So until our next video, gems shine bright. Mwah! Bye.